My name is John Boyd, President and founder of the National Black Farmers Association. We were founded in 1995 to help eradicate discrimination at the United States Department of Agriculture. Currently today, we have over 66,000 members nationwide and represent the majority of black farmers here in this country. Black farmers are losing land at an enormous rate, 3 times greater rate than any other race in this country. We're losing 9,000 acres a week, which equates to a small city here in the U.S. And the National Black Farmers Association is lobbying Congress to put laws in place that will stop farm foreclosures, that will stop illegal sales of black farmland here in this country. And we also protest.
Justice! What do we want? Justice! No sale! No sale! No sale! No sale! No sale!
The National Black Farmers Association has been known to protest around the country with our mules struggling 40 acres to help rally to save black farmland. And we've rallied at the White House, the Justice Department, at USDA, the United Nations in New York City. We've been to all of these places to try to raise awareness about what's going on with black farmers and trying to save our land and things of this nature.
Good morning, everybody. We're here from Virginia. Yeah. We're here from Tennessee. Yeah. We're here from Arkansas. Yeah. Oh, we're here from all over the South. They didn't expect to see you this morning. We're going to keep on having hearings. Yeah. We're going to keep on having meetings. Yeah. We're going to keep on organizing. Yeah. We're going to keep on marching until we break the walls and the foundation of the last plantation of the United States Department of Agriculture. And somebody should know what we're talking about today.
I'm a 4th generation tobacco farmer from Mecklenburg County, Virginia. And I had tried some 9 times at the United States Department of Agriculture, which is 9 years in a row, to apply for a farm operating loan. These are loans that all farmers need every year to plant and harvest their crops. And I was denied. And one particular year, my county supervisor, James Garnett, tore my application up and threw it in the trash can while I was sitting in front of him, just like I'm looking at you. Because of the lack of loans, farm operating loans from the Department of Agriculture, my farm was placed in federal inventory, which is a fancy term for farm foreclosure, where the government now has the deed to my property. Because of all the advocating and the finding of discrimination, where the government admitted in a 15-page letter to me that they had discriminated against me, I was able to fight further down the road and get my land back out of federal inventory. One of the few black farmers in the country who actually received compensation and received their land out of federal inventory, which made me want to fight more. And it gave me that burning determination to say, hey, I want to go out here and try to help a lot of the other farmers that are not in the shape, that don't have youth on their side to go out and fight the battle. December 12, 1996, we had our first National Black Farmer Rally at the White House. And we didn't have the numbers that we really needed. It was only 50 black farmers. Although it was the beginning of the movement, I knew that we would need more visibility. I know that this wouldn't be a one protest thing, that this has to be a movement where we begin to lobby the South and things of this nature. And my father said, well, you're going to need something to spark the interest of the people, because you guys merely just don't have the support and you don't have the numbers. And I said, well, Dad, what do you think we need? He said, you need a mule. He said, every person over the age of 50 in this country would know the significance of a mule to a black farmer or black sharecropper or black landowner. And that's what we worked their farms with. We worked all the white farms in the South with mules and hoes and picks and shovels. So I began to campaign in a public street fight from different protests from New York City to Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, Richmond, Virginia. I've been to Washington, D.C. more times than I can count on my hand. And I rode my mule and wagon 280 miles from my farm to Washington, D.C., and it took me 17 days to get there, 15 miles a day. but I've done it for a statement to show that Congress that, hey, we're not going away until you guys reach out and really help us the way that you should, and to show the Department of Agriculture that the black farmer issue is a serious issue, that they really need to take a strong look at and right the wrongs and the treatment that they've done to black farmers over the past decades. Racism exists at the United States Department of Agriculture. In 1999, the Department of Agriculture admitted that they discriminated against black farmers and settled the largest civil rights lawsuit in history for black people in this country. $3 billion settlement to compensate black farmers for the act of discrimination. Here we are 10 years later, still looking to receive, 85% of the people still looking to receive their money. They're saying, hey, where's my $50,000? 10 years later. And it shows the systematic problem at the Department of Agriculture as it relates to discriminating against black farmers. Black farmers need the United States Department of Agriculture, just like the white farmers do here in this country. The United States Department of Agriculture regulates every agricultural product grown here in the U.S., so it makes it more difficult for us to participate in federal programs when we continue to lobby the same people every day for farm ownership loans, farm equipment loans, and it's the same person that I said discriminated against me 10 years ago. They're still in place. Nobody's been fired, and it's making it more challenging for black farmers to be a part of the system when they continue to employ racist employees. There's $115 billion in the U.S. Farm Subsidy Program, and the average subsidy payment to a black farmer is $200. The average subsidy payment to a white farmer is $150,000. And if we don't get laws changed to favor the black farmer in this country, we're going to become extinct. And Congress can change laws to save the rockfish, the snail darter, the bald eagle, and they can't put a law in place to save the oldest occupation in history for black people in this country, which is farming. And the National Black Farmers Association is pushing for a systematic way so that we can get off the dependence of the United States Department of Agriculture by partnering with other countries to do international trade. It would take the dependency away from the Department of Agriculture and give us our own independence of providing food to other countries. We'll be able to take those contracts to another private institution for funding, such as commercial banks. It would also allow us to partner with Fortune 500 companies to help fill some of these contracts and help use containers and shipping mechanisms that they already have in place. So by doing international trade and building stronger trade with foreign countries would give us our own interdependence that we've been trying to do for decades and get us off the dependency of the USDA and its policies and its racist treatment towards black farmers. Black farmers in this country need the visibility of white mainstream America. And when I say that, we need a presence from CNN, Fox, the Washington Post, the New York Times. The young people interacting on stations such as MTV, believe it or not. We need that type of visibility to help educate white America, because these are the individuals who say, we don't know you guys exist. There's a great void for black leadership, for prominent black Americans, so-called wealthy black Americans who have been absent from the plight of the black farmers. In a way as though they're embarrassed to say that they have a connection to the land, or maybe being embarrassed of saying that some of their forefathers were sharecroppers and slaves. This is where we all came from, and it looks as though to me it would be an issue that most prominent black Americans would want to adopt and help save a black farmer.